Okay, hello everybody. New video here. We're going to start doing the XLU as I told you about. We made that purchase this morning. I'll turn to it here in a second. Before we do that though, I wanted to show you the setup here on the S&P 500 just so we're on the same page. You know, the target eventually is this bearish retest regen zone. We had the nice big spike up yesterday, right? Gets over a swing point high a little while back. NASDAQ, NDX, Russell all got over the swing point highs yesterday, right? So they're all pushing now. They actually are, they being the NDX, NASDAQ, and the Russell are all pushing up against these breakdown bars. Whereas this one's trying to make it, it's the strongest one, make it back to this area. So it's only about 15 points away. It's not that far. Don't think it's going to get there today, but we don't know that yet. It's a little bit early. We're only an hour in today. But right now, crude oil is kind of the big thing pushing the S&P up and the financials. And the financials actually is an interesting case because the financials broke two swing point highs yesterday on the daily time frame. And so here you're getting that follow through because you broke this swing point high and this swing point high. That was the break, right? You went from bearish right here, bearish, to bullish, all in one swoop. When you break multiple swing point highs, you have follow through, usually 2 to 3 bars on the time frame you break. This is on the short-term time frame, so bar 1 is today, bar 2 would be tomorrow. So financials probably going to stay strong for another day, which is going to keep the markets hanging up here. Let's go to the XLU though, because that's the trade. And I'm going to switch screens here. Now I've shared with you, as I've talked about, if you come to here, pop into the watch list, there's all the watch lists that I have. Some of these are shared. One of them shared is the utility stocks that I set up for you yesterday. In this I put all the stocks that I thought looked best. XLU itself, will pop that one up. And if we do that and take a look at it, what we have here on the XLU was this morning, I was looking at this not only on the daily, but I was looking at it on the weekly. The weekly is a retest regen, a bullish retest regenerate. And so the XLU is bullish across all time frames. It's not extended yet in terms of it. In other words, we just turned recently. You're getting a full retest regen at the bottom of this swing point high. So if we do the numbers on it, that low of that high is 45.02. Where did it get to today? 45.08. We had our buy up a little bit higher, and we simply caught this thing on the retrace. Now I know it's hard to buy that, but you actually had two things going on. You had that retest regen, and you had another one up underneath it. If you take the high of this one, and again we're on the weekly still, that number's 45.52. And so we know that zone from about 50 down to about 45, right? That area is going to be a tough area to get up underneath. And so as this thing pushed up with volume, I like the volume tells on the weekly, pushes up with volume, doesn't have enough, right? There's a lot going on here. It doesn't have enough to stay above it. That leads to the retrace. Now we get the test. The test so far looks like it's going to hold, which means we're going to go back up and test this area. If we can get over this area, right, then we can shoot on up and go test another swing point high up here. If we can't, then we're going to consolidate here. What's the odds? Well, the odds are that we probably consolidate for a while. Let's go back to the daily though. If we come back here, you can see the test of the swing point low, flips around. The test of the high is there. It got over it, didn't have the volume, suspect, that's what the red arrow is. Now you get the breakdown bar. So where's the key point on this chart? Well, it's this swing point high and the breakdown bar. So that's the area we have to watch carefully as this thing pushes back up. If it can't get over this area, we take profits, we wait, we try to buy it back again. So we're going to try to work this back and forth. That's the XLU trade. That's where we, bought into it. We bought it at 45. I think it was 22 this morning. And as I look at it, we're trading almost at 46. So we got a nice entry. Now we're just going to try to work that entry and see what we can get out of it. That's the trade. That's today's video trades, cradle-to-grave trades. This time XLU will keep monitoring this as we move along. Thanks.